Hey everyone, and welcome back to CineMike. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. For those who are quite regular in tuning into the channel, you might be thinking, your background looks a little bit different, and you'd be right in assuming that. That's actually because I have come to my family home for the holidays. So I'm actually in my old bedroom right now, which, as you can see, I don't quite have my boutique stuff around me. Usually in my background, I have like my Arrow Video, Criterions, things of that nature. However, because I'm back home for the holidays, I have the other half of my collection with me, which is pretty much just like my standard Amarays and things like that. That's more so for any new viewers of the channel, in case you're wondering, you know, the kinds of things I might collect. This isn't my usual backdrop. I am going to be packing up some of this stuff and bringing it with me to my flat, which is where my main collection is. However, enough about that. Today, guys, I've got a very special parcel. I have referenced this in other videos. I know this box set has come out from a couple weeks back or so now, but inside this parcel, which I have ripped off my address, is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle box set that Arrow Video have brought out. But to give it a little bit of a twist, it's not the usual box set, it is the Arrow Video Store exclusive. Box set is 4K, but as promised, guys, I will be doing an unboxing, showing you my thoughts and feelings about the initial box set. I've deliberately avoided all unboxings, so I actually don't know anything like the case artwork, the disc artwork, the booklet, and art cards, any bonus material you might get in there. I've tried to avoid all spoilers at all costs, because when I like to do an unboxing, I like it to the unboxing itself to be an experience for myself. I don't like any spoilers. I don't like seeing anything like that. I only do that if I'm suspicious about a release, just in order to know if it's worthwhile buying or not. There are 3 movies in this box set. However, I have only ever seen the first one. So the other 2 will be a completely new experience for me, which I'm very excited about as well, considering my first time watching these movies will be in 4K. So without further ado, let's crack on with the unboxing. Hey guys, so I've just ripped open the box, and the grand reveal, this is the box set. Look at that thing. That is gorgeous, in glorious 4K as well. I love that. Although, that doesn't sound good. I can hear some rattling on the inside. Let's hope that's not a disc. That is the back as well, guys. Okay, is that picking up on the camera? I hope so. I'm just going to slowly pan it upwards. For anyone who's curious, feel free to pause as well. Time to take it out of the wrapper and have a look on the inside. Okay guys, so the wrapper is off, so I'm assuming underneath this slip, guys, this is the first time for me, so I'm assuming it's going to be the standard cover art underneath. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's not. It's a little bit different. I'm just going to put the slipcase to the side. That's quite cool. That's the Ooze on the back of the box there. I quite like that, actually. It's kind of plain, but it is the shell of one of the turtles. It's quite cool. I quite like that design. And on the inside, you've got the suspected goodies, you've got the 3 cases and the booklet. I don't know about you guys, but initial thoughts, I love a chunky box set. Some people, due to space and just, guess, convenience, people like their cases to be thinner. I personally like a normal standard, UK standard Amaray case. I know the Americans out there, you guys typically have a slightly thinner case. I have some US imports, so I know how it's like. I personally do prefer the UK chunkier cases, and I'm glad all 3 come in that style, because I was fearing that they might be in slightly thinner cases. So, you know, kind of initial review, I'm very happy about that. But time to see what's on the inside. So, cracking this box set open, I'm going to go through the booklet first. That is amazing. I love that. That sort of pizza vibe, sort of like menu on the front. That's really cool. Dine in, pick up and delivery, open 11 AM to midnight daily, 6th Avenue. That's really cool. I really like that. It's quite a unique approach. On the back there, is that the menu from the... That's so cool. You actually get the menu on the back. That's really cool for anyone who wants to have a look. You've got the prices there. Sorry as well, guys, about the lighting in my room. When I packed my bags to come here for the holidays, I don't obviously have my usual box light or things like that. So apologies for anything about that. But hopefully you guys can still pick that up. And you can read the back for anyone who is curious there. On the inside here as well, guys, these are the contents as well for anyone curious. This is really cool, guys. This is the usual great treatment from Arrow Video, where you get lots of behind the scenes, original posters, about the adaptation from the comics, things like that. So that is, that's really cool. I really like that. You got the city at the bottom there. Really nice. Obviously, I don't dive into these booklets until I've already watched the film, so something I'm going to hold off on for now, but I can tell it's a very good quality one. Of course, on the inside as well, guys, you've got the expected double-sided poster, so I can tell from the initial, before even unfolding it, you've got the original poster design. Yep, got that one there. And on the back, I really like that. That is really cool. This artwork of the 4 turtles, I really like that. If I were to frame this, I'd personally choose this side over the original poster there, but nevertheless, really cool. And now onto the cases themselves. This is the one with the rattling inside, so I'm a little bit worried that could be a disc. Thank goodness it is not the disc. It is whatever these are. Stickers? Are these stickers? Cards? What? This is amazing. Okay, right. I'm getting too excited. Time to hold myself back. Right, first of all, I've just put what I think are like trading cards down. I'm just looking at the stickers now. So yeah, you get a sticker, which to the best of my knowledge, this is the first time from Arrow Video they've ever done like a sheet of stickers. So that's really cool. You get one of each of the turtles themselves. Not like an artwork, it's actually a still from the film in the practical costume, which is really cool. I like that. Moving on to the trading cards, these are amazing. The shiny foil on them. Here we go. Again, I'm assuming one of each turtle here. This is amazing. I'm assuming you get this in the other box set and it's not an exclusive within the exclusive from the website. Look at them. And then on the back of these cards, you've got what it says on the front of the box set too. These are amazing, guys. I'm personally a fan of the knick-knacky bits you get inside of a box set. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but when it comes to something like this, these are really cool. And this is coming from a guy that I used to collect a bunch of trading cards when I was younger, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, things like that. And I've always loved card games in general. I've always appreciated other ones, things like Magic of the Gathering. And I know they've had themed ones like Marvel and different superheroes. So to own trading cards of the 4 turtles is pretty cool, if you ask me. This is more of a niche, bang for your buck, makes it worthwhile getting the box set rather than just the usual art cards that typically the studios and labels put into their box sets. That's a really nice touch. I am a big fan of that. That is really cool. But I'm glad it's those that were rattling around and not a disc. Moving on to the contents themselves. So you do just get the 4K. This is for the first film, by the way, guys. Which, by the way, check out that artwork. That is amazing. Again, I'm assuming the reversible artwork will just be the standard poster, but that is the disc, which is really nice. And then just on the inside as well, you typically get about the Arrow Video stream as well. The Oily Maniac. There we go. Normally a little tease on the inside. In terms of the reversible artwork, yeah, it's exactly as I expected. Got the original there. However, once again, guys, I actually prefer this artwork. And based off a glimpse at the other 2 cases, this seems to match the other one. So I think I'm going to stick with the initial cover up. Here we go, guys. These are the contents on the first movie. Again, guys, this is the only one out of the trilogy I have actually seen. It's the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. To be completely frank with you guys as well, I can't come into this saying, I'm a huge Turtles fan, I love the Turtles, I know everything about the Turtles. I actually don't know too much. I remember as a kid, I loved the Nickelodeon show that they did. I believe I was in like the mid-2000s. I also, despite not really watching the films as a kid, I used to love the action figures as well. I used to love going into toy stores and I just thought they were really cool. I've always loved ninjas, I've always loved action figures and things like that. So I was playing with the toys before I ever really kind of knew what the Turtles were. This is the only movie I have some glimpse of memory of when it comes to the films. The TV series and spin-offs, things like that, I've seen those. But the actual original movies, I haven't, so I'm very excited to dive into this set and actually explore more about the Turtles. Typically how these things goes, I know normally it's the first one is the best, the second one is either a good sequel or a bit of a letdown, and then it's normally the third one is the controversial. Some people like it, but most people don't. I don't know if that's the case with the Turtle films. Like I said, guys, I don't really know too much about them, but all I know is I have seen this film and I remember enjoying it, but even then, don't really remember too much about it. So this is almost going to be like watching it for the first time again. Moving on to the second one now, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of Ooze. Oh my goodness, I just opened the case and more cards fell out. So if there are more cards in this, that is amazing. I wasn't expecting more cards inside. I didn't hear any more rattling. We do have a pizza delivery card, which is quite a unique touch. And you got the stamp on the back. Hey, look, our 8th pizza is going to be free, so that's pretty cool. But on the inside, guys, 2 cards this time, both with the same shiny style foil. We have Shredder there, as well as Master Splinter. Very, very, very cool. And I'm assuming in the third case, this time hopefully you don't fall on the floor, I'm assuming you'll probably get more. Okay guys, so on the inside of this one, just a little bit different. You got the 2 trading cards instead of the initial 4 and the stickers. However, you do also get a poster for the second movie. So the poster for the first one came inside the main box, not inside the Amore case. But yeah, once again guys, you get the Arrow artwork, which is personally the one I'm going to stick on my case for now. You have that on one side, whilst on the other side you have the original poster, although that is really cool as well. I do really like that, so that's quite neat. And then yeah, this side you just get a bigger image of what's on that Amore case as well. Really, really cool, guys. I am a sucker for a poster. However, because I own so many posters now, not only posters that I have purchased, like as posters, but the amount of posters you get with boutique Blu-rays these days, I have hundreds. So one of these days I'm gonna have to fine-tune my list on what I believe is worthy of hanging up on my walls, maybe like my definitive top 10 movies or Arrow movies or wherever it may be, maybe a mix match, and yeah, get them framed, get them put up on the wall. Yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah guys, this is the front cover, same as the poster that I showed you, and these are the contents on the back if anyone wants to pause and have a look. Once again guys, unlike the first film, which even then I can't really remember, I've never seen this movie, so I can't really make a comment about it, but based on the artwork, based on the hype around this box set, based around some of the lore that I know about these movies, the reputation they have, the impact they've had, I'm very excited for them. I do have high expectations. However, I do understand I am watching these movies as an adult. So what I typically like to do, especially if it's my first time watching a movie, that's typically aimed maybe at kids or teenagers, I like to kind of switch off my brain, switch off that critical, oh, that's unrealistic, that's not this, blah, blah. I try and put myself in that mindset of, I'm watching this at the time. I need to accept it for what it is. And I'm a sucker for these kind of movies. I'm a sucker for practical effects. I love the fact these suits, that the costumes that the actors are wearing on the inside, you know, they are practical. I know these films have a great reputation. So yeah, I still have very high hopes for them. But like I said, I understand I'm going to have that adult perspective going into them. So that hit of nostalgia that I know a lot of people resonate with who have got this box set, it's going to probably hit harder for them than it will for me, because like I said, it is a first time watch. However, that doesn't take away my excitement to check these movies out. And yeah, the second one and the third movie I've never seen before. Moving on to the third movie now. This cover art might be my favorite out of the 3. That is amazing. I really love that. And again, guys, on the back, I have already had a look, but here are some of the contents there for anyone that might want to pause and have a little read. It's the spine there as well. Can't hear anything rattling, but I'm going to open this case a little bit more careful, just in case. Oh, good job I did. There are cards on the inside here. Once again, we have 2 more cards. We have Casey Jones. Again, guys, in the same beautiful shiny foil style. These are also really good quality. They're quite, I'm not going to bend it, don't worry. They're quite sturdy stuff, so glad they're not cheap and flimsy. But yeah, here we have this one as well. I can't lie to you guys, I'm not familiar with April O'Neil. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie, so that's probably why. But yeah, guys, once again, you have the poster in there, which will be double-sided. You will also have the original artwork on the other side, which again, is really cool. That is really, really cool. I'm kind of stuck. Between original poster and the new Arrow artwork. Let me know down below, guys, in the comments. Are you typically the types of guys to keep to the originals, or do you like the new artwork? Let me know, because on my other Arrow movies, I always mix and match, really. It kind of depends which artwork I prefer, but I'm kind of stuck between the two, because as much as I love the original, the new is really cool, but I kind of want to keep to the original. I'm a little bit stuck. The spines, yeah, even the spines are different. So again, you've got more so a close-up with the new artwork, and then you got a close-up with the original. Oh, very difficult. Not too sure which one to go with, but for now I think we'll stick to the new Arrow artwork, and then maybe once I've watched the movies I might swap them over. That's something else I could do. But yeah, that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. So guys, that brings us to the end of this unboxing video. In terms of my thoughts, like I said, I can't really share too much when it comes to the movies, because I have only ever seen the first one, and not only that, I can't really remember it too well. But in terms of the nostalgia of the Turtles are iconic. It's something I've grown up with. Like I said, the action figures, the TV shows, things like that. I've also even seen the Michael Bay movie, which came out, I think it was about 10 years ago, maybe a little bit less. But yeah, I've always kind of been aware of Turtles. I've always watched Turtle-associated things. I just have not actually sat down and watched the original trilogy. But I'm very excited too, and Arrow have done their magic as usual, where they've produced a gorgeous box set, and I think those trading cards, or whatever you want to call them, are a really neat touch. I think just for that alone gives it extra exclusivity. This is a box set, guys, which I'm sure is going to sell out, so if it is still on sale and you don't have a copy already, get on it as quick as you can, because these things will probably sell out, and when they do, they'll triple, double, whatever in value. So get it while you can. Highly recommended from me, and that's without me even seeing the movies. If you guys are keen on hearing my thoughts on the movies, my first time watches, let me down below. And if you see someone else has already commented, yeah, we want to see a review, make sure you like their comment, so I know you guys are keen to see that kind of thing. But yeah, if you guys have also picked up this box set, let me know down below what you guys think of it. I personally think it is worth the money, and I like the fact I have the Arrow Store exclusive. It just gives it that extra value in my opinion. And yeah, I'm really excited to check these movies out. Apologies once again, guys, for the setup. I have tried to make it as good as I can. If you've made it this far into the video, like I said, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't, turn on the bell notifications too. It really helps the channel out a lot. We are now on 270 subscribers, guys. We're super close to 300. You guys have smashed and exceeded my target of trying to hit 250 by the end of the year. So thank you once again so much for that, guys. There's much more to come in the new year. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas too. Happy holidays, happy new year in case I don't see you again. But like I said, more is to come in 2026, which is quite scary to say that out loud. Many more Blu-rays coming out, much more from Arrow, much more from other labels. I'm going to be diving more so into my collection in the new year, highlighting specific collections. I might even do a full collection tour one day. Just let me know down below, guys, if there's anything particularly that you want to see from me in the new year. I read and respond to all of my comments, so please let me know. I will respond. And I'll catch you in the next one.